Hi, this is Keith at GRacingshifters, GRacingshifters.com, Instagram, GRacingShortShifters. Our direct contact is 305-987-2744. Text or call. Again, my name's Keith. This is the installation video for all 5-speed shifters that we make and the NB Miata 6-speed shifters. So let's talk about what does it take to get one of these installed in your car. If you purchase one of these, you're going to receive something that looks like this, which is totally badass. This is the shifter, the gold body, knob is removable. All our shifters come now with a black Delrin bushing that we make for the lower ball of the shifter. You also get 3 mounting bolts. They're 5mm Allen heads. So let's talk about, you got to get access to your shifter. So you're going to have to remove your console in your car. This transmission, by the way, is out of our RX7 race car. It's a backup. It's on the bench. The Miata transmission looks the same. There's a few differences in cosmetically, but overall it's basically the same thing. This is the shifter turret box. I don't know who named that, but whatever. And this is where the shifter mounts. So you got to get access to this. You have to remove your console, and there's a lot of plastic involved. So be careful you don't break and crack things. As they get old, it gets brittle. And then there'll be a large rubber dust boot over this. You have to remove that to get access. And then you'll see your OEM shifter, and it has 3 mounting bolts. They usually take a 10mm socket head to unscrew them, pull your old shifter out. And when you look down inside here, you're going to see there's a pin. Some of the Miatas have 2 pins. You don't have to worry about it. Our shifter is made so that it doesn't interfere with that. Underneath the pin, there may be a round plastic looking bushing or ring. And you can either leave it or take it out if it's still there. Some of that stuff disintegrates and falls down into this shifter turret box. Inside this cup in here, see we've taken off the side. Has a plate normally, it's sealed. Don't take yours off, I just want to show you this. Inside this cup, which is what the lower ball and the bushing of the shifter go into. On most of the RX7s, it was a metal to metal fit, so there's nothing in there. But on most of the Miatas, there's a white round plastic bushing snapped onto the lower ball of your Miata. A lot of those disintegrate, and then the pieces will be inside this cup. And you got to get them out because there's not enough room for our stuff and old leftovers to fit in there properly. It won't allow the shifter to seat all the way down, and it's going to get in the way of everything. So you got to get those out. This shifter turret box, this is very important, is supposed to be filled with gear oil up to close to the top of this shift cup receiver. So when you look down in here, you can see if you fill it, you can use 7590 or 9140 gear oil. You're going to fill it in there till it's close to the top. Why is this needed? Well, it lubricates everything, extends the longevity of everything. There's other moving parts in here. On this side, there's your reverse 5th gear gate plunger that's pretty heavily loaded spring, and it can get gooped up and stuck if there's no oil on it. And also the gear oil we found through testing helps reduce the potential for any noise or rattling to come up through the shifter. So let's talk about the installation. You're going to take your Delrin bushing and put it inside the cup. It's pretty basic. It's a great fit. Okay, so we got that in place. There's different size bushings for some of the different models of Miata and RX7. These shifters do not interchange between Miata and RX7 either. The length of this is different where the lower ball is. So on the gold body, there's a black boss. This is your locator. It's very important that you get it lined up. And we drop the shifter in. See, it just plugs in. It has a bolt pattern to it. We put this in place. On most all RX7s, this faces forward. On some of the Miatas, it faces forwards or faces towards the rear. And you'll know when you're looking which way it's going to go, because the bolt pattern is going to line up and it's going to go either straight forward or towards the rear of the car, straight back. NB Miata 5-speed, this thing goes towards the left side, towards the driver. If you're struggling with this, contact us. We'll help you out. So let's take off our knob. All of our shifter knobs on thread. And we have optional shifter knobs. You can upgrade carbon fiber. There's a badass knurled aluminum anodized knob. That's a copycat of something special. We're going to take these Allen bolts and let's pre-thread them. You don't need silicone here. If you want to put it because you feel like it, that's fine. To seal this, it's not really needed. These bolts do not need Loctite. This takes a 5mm Allen head. If you're using a regular Allen wrench, be careful that you don't scratch the gloss black powder coating, because it's powder coating is plastic that is adhered to the metal and then baked on, and it's pretty durable, but it will scratch. The finish that we use is called mirror black, and it's pretty amazing. It looks great. So we're going to tighten these guys up. All you got to do is snug them up. You don't have to kill them because they just sit here and hold the shifter in place. That's it. Get them all snugged up. Check them. Okay, we're good. Let's put on our knob. It's very straightforward, the installation of this. When you put on your, before you put the knob on, you put on your old boot. The dust boot goes over. You can use a zip tie to attach it to the shifter arm if you want to be careful like that. And then your cosmetic boot on the top. Some of them have a plastic ring. You may have to clip it so it can slide over this with the knob off and then zip tie it or get creative. I've seen a lot of pictures from our customers that have really figured it out and it looks fantastic. So let's take a look here. This is what's going on when you move the shifter from gate to gate. And you see the 5th gear gate is spring loaded, so it takes a little bit of effort here, especially with the transmission out of the car. This has a rod that goes through here and a finger that goes down in the transmission, and it picks up the shift forks when you move your shifter from left to right. That's how it picks up the gates. We got a video on our website somewhere of a transmission that's disassembled. I think it's shown in there. So we got this assembled. Let's talk about, you can feel a little bit of movement. That movement is the finger in here picking up the gates, because it has to have some play in there so it can swing around. Let's see what this looks like. That's 3rd gear, 4th. It's about 1 inch in each direction, so we got like a 2-inch total shift throw. You can see it's very solid. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. This thing's amazing. Makes your car feel like a race car. Go check out some of the videos out there from our customers. And if you have any questions, please reach out. Keith, 305-987-2744. Call or text. I will answer you if I'm awake. We can't thank you guys enough for supporting us. It's all word of mouth. We've been sending these all over the world, and at this point it's hard to keep up with the demand, and it's all because of you guys. Can't thank you enough again. I'm Keith at GRacingshifters, GRacingshifters.com, G-Racing Short Shifters on Instagram. That's all it is. All the best to everybody.